Alright, as we keep rolling along here, it's ladies tag team competition time here on RWL Championship Wrestling with Grace Fenwick and Jessica Goldman. The UK ladies set to face the Manabe twins, Kyoko and Naoko, the twin goddesses.
This next ladies tag team match, one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, from Sussex, England, Grace Fenwick, and from Victoria, Australia, Jessica Goldman, the UK ladies.
Yes, sir, you guys, here we are in mid-April, tax time just about a week away, and it still feels like Christmas every time the UK ladies come to town. I just love this music. It's God Save the Queen tax. It's got nothing to do with Christmas. Hey man, watch your mouth, you're still a guest around here. Grace Fenwick and Jessica Goldman, the UK ladies, set to face Kyoko and Naoko Manabe, the Manabe twins, in this ladies tag team matchup. And again, this is the first time ever we've never seen these teams pair up before.
And first time encounters are always exciting.
And their opponents, representing Japan 5-Star Wrestling, from Kyushu, Japan, Kyoko and Naoko Manabe, the twin goddesses.
For 2 years running, Kyoko and Naoko Manabe, the twin goddesses, have made appearances for Japan 5-Star here in RWL. And they're sort of on loan, as you might say, from Shiro Torihata. And tonight, they're going up against the UK ladies for the first time, and that is going to be a golden level match right there.
The Manabe twins are for real, Tex. They're former Japan 5-Star Ladies Tag Team Champions. And they will be again someday, I think. I'm inclined to agree. While I may not be sure of which team is going to win this match, I certainly have ideas on which one I favor. And I don't think it's the UK ladies.
Yeah, alright. Man's got his mind made up, huh, Gene? Well, nothing wrong with that. It's going to be Jessica Goldman starting off for the UK ladies and Kyoko Manabe starting off for the twin goddesses. In this ladies tag team matchup, Walt Rothburn rings the bell. The ladies come center ring. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Here's a whip to the far corner for Kyoko. Jessica Goldman delivers a kick to the ribs. Drapes the leg over the rope, delivers a kick to the calf. And oh man, that hurts. Jessica Goldman locks her up, winds her up. Here's a kick to the side of the head for Kyoko Manabe, followed up with a stomp to the face. Jessica Goldman rebounds off the ropes, misses with the kick. Kyoko Manabe locks her up, whips her to the twin goddess's corner. And Kyoko nails her with the right. Down goes Jessica Goldman. Jessica Goldman counters, escapes the corner, moves in on Kyoko Manabe, a series of rights and lefts, winds up the arm into a Russian leg sweep. Down goes Kyoko Manabe. Here's a quick cover. One, but just a one. Jessica Goldman has to start all over again. Off the ropes, misses with the moonsault. Kyoko Manabe going for the quick cover. 1, 2, and another near fall real early in this match. This one's going to be a ride and a half, you guys.
I think so too. I think the twin goddesses have got this one in the bag.
Well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. We'll have to see. Jessica Goldman with an axe kick takes down Kyoko Manabe. Naoko Manabe comes in on the tag. Jessica Goldman moves in. Whoa, what a roll right there, and a kick to the, a muley kick to the face from Naoko Manabe. And the twin goddesses showing off that unusual style as Grace Fenwick goes behind a rear waist lock on Naoko. Has her up against the ropes. Grace Fenwick torturing the arm of Naoko Manabe. Grace Fenwick, the real sadistic half of the UK lady. She likes to hurt girls. Huh. Naoko tags in Kyoko. Here's a double team from the twin goddesses. Double stereo kicks right to the face. Down goes Grace Fenwick. Kyoko locks her up. A boot to the face. And Grace Fenwick on the receiving end of the business now. Look at this, Kyoko Manabe into an octopus stretch on Grace Fenwick. And the tables have turned. Well, Grace Fenwick escapes the hold. Locks up Kyoko. Has her up. Drives a knee right into the head of Kyoko Manabe. Going for a quick cover here. but not even a one. Kyoko Manabe back on her feet. Grace Fenwick quickly countered. Kyoko sweeps her, takes her down. And Kyoko steps out. And here comes Naoko Manabe on the tag. Grace Fenwick finally back to her senses, comes in. Naoko Manabe right there, flips her to the ropes, winds her up, and a beautiful spinning neckbreaker. And here's another cover. One, but just a one. A lot of near falls in this ladies tag matchup so far. Kyoko slams her head first into the canvas. Grace Fenwick rounded back up again. Gets locked up. Whip to the Twin Goddesses corner. Kyoko Manabe countered. Grace Fenwick escapes the corner. Rebounds off the ropes. Beautiful flying kick right to the face. Grace Fenwick goes for the cover. One, but just a one. A whole lot of near falls here. Grace Fenwick starts putting the boots to Kyoko Manabe. Kyoko caught with some wrist clutch stomps to the side of the head. Grace Fenwick gets hung up on the ropes by Naoko. Kyoko Manabe getting back up on her feet. And just in time, too. Grace Fenwick trying to find her way out and finally does. Here comes Jessica Goldman. Don't do that. Oh. Got caught doing the bitty bitty bomb one. But, the pin broken up again. Jessica Goldman moves in on Kyoko Manabe. Kyoko Manabe draped between the ropes as Jessica Goldman starts driving knees into the midsection. She's calling for it. She charges. There's a boot, and down goes Kyoko Manabe out onto the floor. Naoko Manabe being approached by Jessica Goldman. Tags her with a right. Tags her with another right. Rounds her up, and it is beat to the Bodran time. 10 punches across the chest for poor Naoko Manabe. Kyoko Manabe still being counted on the outside by the referee. Down goes Naoko. Kyoko makes her way back inside the ring. Jessica Goldman right there waiting for her. Goes behind, rear waist lock, has her up in the electric chair position. This is not going to be good. Oh, look at this. Inverted Hurricane Rana. And Jessica Goldman's wondering where that went wrong. Oh, man. Kyoko escorts Jessica Goldman to the ropes. Turns her around. Oh, well, here we go. All politeness gone. Choking her with the top rope. Kyoko Manabe winds up the arm. Jessica Goldman counters with a forearm. They lock it up again. Kyoko whipped to the UK ladies' corner. Now Jessica Goldman driving knees into Kyoko's midsection. Down she goes into the corner. And Jessica Goldman not quite done yet, putting the boots to the chest of Kyoko Manabe. And double knees right across the chest for good measure. Jessica Goldman seemingly enjoying herself here. Here's a cover. One, but just a one. I've got to say, I'm very impressed with both of these teams. They're performing most admirably. All right, well, Kyoko tags in Naoko Manabe. Jessica Goldman doesn't see it happening. There's a dropkick that kind of flinches her, but that's about it. Naoko whipped to the UK ladies' corner. Countered. She escapes. Jessica Goldman chasing her around, but it didn't kind of work out. Jessica Goldman rounds up Naoko Manabe. Whips her to the UK ladies' corner. And now torturing the arm against the ropes. Jessica Goldman firmly in control of Naoko Manabe at the present time, driving knees into the midsection of one half of the Twin Goddesses. And again, putting the boots to the chest of Naoko Manabe. Jessica Goldman absolutely relentless here. Right there with all her weight pressed against the chest, and then off, and then double knees right across the chest again. Naoko Manabe in trouble here. Here's a cover. One, two, but Kyoko right there to save the match for her team. Jessica Goldman tags in Grace Fenwick. Naoko Manabe against the ropes and helpless. And that's the way Grace Fenwick likes them. Pitches her out to the outside. Here we go. Grace Fenwick rebounds off the ropes and a baseball slide. Boots to the chest for Naoko Manabe. Naoko counters. Locks up Grace Fenwick. Drives her into the ring steps. Oh, man. Naoko Manabe nails her with a beautiful moonsault. And Grace Fenwick is laid out. Naoko Manabe, slowly making her way back inside the ring, decides to go after Jessica Goldman too, hangs her up off the top rope. Down go both UK ladies as the Twin Goddesses remain standing tall. Kyoko Manabe brought in on the tag. Grace Fenwick, the legal woman in the match, back up on her feet, making her way back inside. Here comes Kyoko. Here's a kick to the side of the head. And she took it. Unbelievable. Grace whips Kyoko to the ropes, takes her down with a forearm. Here's another quick cover. 1, 2, but Naoko Manabe breaks up the pin yet again. What a ride this ladies tag match has been. Spinning back fist from Grace Fenwick takes down Naoko. Kyoko Manabe catching boots to the chest from Grace Fenwick. Fenwick delivers a kick to the back of Kyoko before leaving and tagging in Jessica Goldman. Kyoko back up on her feet against the ropes. Here comes Jessica. Jessica Goldman again drapes her between the ropes, starts driving knees into the midsection of Kyoko Manabe. And she is just hanging on by a thread. And here comes Jessica. Boom! There's a kick and out onto the floor goes Kyoko Manabe. And here's a tag. Grace Fenwick comes in. Referee counting. Naoko Manabe goes out from her shoulder, courtesy of Grace Fenwick. Kyoko Manabe back up on her feet now. Makes her way back inside the ring. Grace Fenwick waiting right there for her. Look at this nice wheelbarrow roll and a kick to the chest. Kyoko moves in. There's another kick. And down goes Grace Fenwick again. Back up on her feet and another roll and another kick to the face. Huh. Okay. Out goes Grace Fenwick. Kyoko Manabe measuring her. Here we go through the ropes and boom. Crossbody takes Grace Fenwick down again. The Twin Goddesses performing really well tonight. Here we go. Slam face first into the mats. Kyoko Manabe eyeballing Jessica Goldman in case she might make a move. Kyoko taking her sweet time about getting back inside that ring. Up over the top rope she comes. Goes after Jessica Goldman again. Another shoulder tackle. And again the UK ladies, both of them laid out. Grace Fenwick still the legal woman in the match, being counted by the referee. Grace makes her way back inside. Kyoko with a forearm takes her right back down again. Kyoko Manabe rounds her up. Grace Fenwick counters. Has her up in a front cradle. Kyoko Manabe back into the turnbuckle. Spun out center ring by Grace Fenwick. Here goes another cover and another pin attempt, but not even a one. Whoa. Kyoko Manabe powering out of that pin. Grace Fenwick with a series of kicks to the head. Takes Kyoko down again. Tags in Jessica Goldman. Kyoko fails to connect with the dropkick. Catches a right to the back of the head. Whip to the ropes. And a hard shot to the midsection from Jessica Goldman. Goes behind a forearm. And down goes Kyoko again. Jessica Goldman delivers a kick to the leg. And Kyoko Manabe looking like she's in some trouble here. Jessica Goldman sets her up. Oh man, face first slammed into the canvas. Goldman going for the cover. 1, 2, and another near fall. As Kyoko Manabe says, no, I'm not going out like that. Jessica Goldman locks her up, whips Kyoko to the ropes. There's a wicked super kick. Down she goes. Jessica Goldman going for the cover again. 1, 2, 3. It is over. UK ladies by pinfall.
The time, 12 minutes and 23 seconds. Your winners, the UK ladies.
Yes, sir, and it was Christmas time all through the land. Grace Fenwick and Jessica Goldman picking up a pinfall win over the Twin Goddesses from Japan 5-star in pretty impressive fashion. That was a really good match, you guys. I enjoyed the hell out of that. That was really terrific. But I'm not too crazy about the UK ladies, I gotta be honest. Or that Christmas music. Philistine, we'll be back with more right after this.